Good morning, guys. You join me in a marvel of technology. I am sitting in the 2025 Silverado EV, and I'm just out taking it on a quick 20-minute test drive, checking out some of the features and everything. But I get to take this thing home tonight, and we get to play around with it, take it for a long drive if we want, test some highway kilometers. This thing is amazing. Like the room in here, I will show you guys in detail. This is, I mean, look at that moonroof. It's crazy. It is the nicest vehicle I think I've ever sat in, but it also has the biggest price tag of any vehicle I've ever sat in. I'll show you guys the outside of this vehicle while I'm just killing a few minutes here. They're getting numbers ready for me back at True North, and I'm good friends with the service manager there. It's my buddy Tim, who's been on the channel a few times, and he's actually hooked me up with this ride for a couple of days and told me to make some videos, you know, show the cool features of it if we want on the channel, and just get some test numbers and things to look at. The Mitsubishi, as you guys know, is back in the shop. It's crapped out again. I'm done with that thing. I actually talked to a lawyer this morning. That's the route we're going to have to go. So we're moving on to bigger and better things. And bigger and better today means the 2025 Silverado EV. Check this out. So I'll just show you guys. They've got two demo models there, so I can get a bit of a deal if I take one of these demos. And I actually like this gray one. They have a blue one, they have the gray one. You know, a couple thousand kilometers, I think, on each of them. So you'll get a better price by taking the demo. And this thing is just, it's a full-size truck. You guys know I just traded in my Dodge 1500. So I have no problem. I don't feel like it's too big of a vehicle or anything like that. My wife would probably argue on the other hand. But I will tell you guys, the battery that's in here is the most convincing part to me. It is solving the one issue I'm having with all the other electric vehicles. This will go 670 kilometers on a full charge, and that is more than enough. You can drive from here to Toronto and back without even charging the thing up. Of course, probably not in the winter, but it also has super fast charge on it, so you don't have to worry if you need to pull over. Charging systems are growing up here in the north, so I don't have as much fear about that as I used to. Basically, if there's a feature known to modern vehicles, this thing has it on it. It is like the top tier. It's got everything. It's got the Super Cruise, which drives itself. It'll park itself. It has everything. Guys, I think I like it. I like it a lot. This one's got the 22-inch wheels on it. And really, I don't think I've ever driven a vehicle with this wide of tires, but you're probably talking 10,000 pounds, this vehicle. It's very heavy. Has a nice size frunk on it. So here is the frunk, actually. Tons of room in here. You could put a small child in there. It's got cup holders. They know what's happening here, right? Your cooler goes in here, and this is basically like a tailgate party, but in the front. What do you guys think of that color? I like it. I like it a lot. Comment below what you think. What do you think of the actual aesthetics of the truck itself? It's very reminiscent of the Avalanche that they released a few years back. But you've also got this back wall here that comes down completely, and this becomes like 11 feet of storage space. You can actually camp out in there. Some guys are doing that. So it's pretty versatile. We could put that down, and then Gage could have access to the back and the back seats at the same time. And speaking of Gage, this thing has one of the coolest tailgates. It's very well thought out. You've got two buttons here. Oh, it wasn't auto? So you can undo the top if you needed to put something else in there. You can also, this will pop up as a stopper, so you could put something in there that way. But you can also do the reverse, so you can let down the tailgate, and then poor Mr. Gage would have to jump in there if this was the Dodge, right? Not anymore. We can lower that top part, and it becomes a step. You lower that, and then you lower this, and now the dog or myself can just jump right up into the back. Super innovative. Okay, up. Yeah, there you go. Use the step. Yeah, good boy. Okay, up. Can you jump on the step? There you go. Good boy. I didn't know how much I missed my truck until I got in this thing. I think it's going to be a hard sell on the wife, but not so much on this guy. We're going to test drive it for a day or two anyway, and just go over a bunch of features, and I like it already. Whew. Come on, man. We're going back to the dealership. You can't let them know that you like this thing. We got numbers to crunch. I don't know, guys. It rode a little rough. It's, you know, it's a demo. I don't know. Does a truck really fit my lifestyle? I'm not sure, guys. You know, prices got to come down. Come down a lot. There are some things that are different about this truck. You get in, you step on the brake pedal, and it starts. There's no push button. And when you get out, you put it in park, take your foot off the brake, it shuts itself off. So there is no push to start and stop, which might take a little bit of getting used to. The other thing that I've only drove at 7 kilometers here is the one pedal driving is very sensitive. The new regenerative braking on these systems here, when I came off the highway and we were slowing down on the off-ramp, it showed me that in a matter of a couple hundred meters that I gained back more than a kilometer. Now, is that accurate? I don't know, but it's very aggressive even in normal mode, and whatever new system they have in here is really regenning a lot of power. With the one pedal, you can still kind of coast along. There doesn't seem to be that sweet spot in the small amount of testing I've done so far that you can just hit a line and leave it. It kind of has a space in between, and it seems to either be you're just using a tiny bit of battery or you're just regenning a tiny bit, and I could never seem to get it in the neutral zone entirely. But then again, like I say, I've only driven it for 5 minutes, so, but I think it's going to be pretty efficient, especially with this new regen system. So they recommend charging to 80% for daily use, and the dealership right now had it set to 70, and even at 70, it was showing, if I can pull it up here, it's showing 3.4 kilometers per kilowatt hour is what it's getting right now. Not my driving, I guess, but at 70%, how far, this is going to tell us how far we can go, even only charged at 70%. Look at these numbers. $486 kilometers at 70%. Essentially, this truck is going to get as much kilometers as the Ioniq would on a full charge. And I know that it's like 670 or 680 kilometers on a full charge. And I'm hoping that because I drive like your grandpa, that I would be able to extend that even more if I wanted to. But I don't think I would need to. It has such a big battery. I think this is the vehicle I've been after. And it wasn't even on my radar until my buddy called me. I don't know, I just never think Silverado, right? It just wasn't there, but it is now. Stan wants me to take him around the block. So I guess I'm gonna go pick him up and show him a $100,000 truck because he's never gonna buy one. So I'll take him for a ride. Dressed to impress, ready for a ride on the town.
That's huge.
That's what she said. I'm compensating for something.
Yeah. Running boards.
Because I know your preferences, sir, of chilled balls, I've got your seat on full cold.
Oh, gee whiz.
We've already been down this road.
Screen on that.
You smell good, buddy. Were you going out on a date or something? Fuck.
No, I try to smell good. Would you like some? I'll give you a bottle. If you like the
What
smell.
is it?
Polo.
Polo, there you go.
Green polo.
Ladies, he smells great.
Not like the Brute I used to wear in the 70s.
All right, so you want to go around the block?
Yeah, let's go around the block.
We'll go around the block and then we'll get Stan's thoughts on this. That'll be interesting.
Well, it's obviously top of the line, beautiful, buddy. But for $100,000,
I know. We'll talk.
Holy mackerel, dude!
You can be as candid as you want.
If I had your wife, I'd buy it.
You know, I have my own money, Stan.
Oh, I know, but
I make $3 a video.
Not as much as she does. Nice, very nice, beautiful.
So Stan bought a new vehicle the other day too. What is it? A 2008?
2008 Jeep.
There you go.
And it even has heated seats. Not cooled ones, but it has heated seats.
There you go. His new ride. I was just taking the car into the shop, and Stan showed up. His new 2008.
$4,000. Depreciation 0.
Oh, dude, it looks clean.
It's immaculate for what it is.
New battery.
New battery, new alternator.
Oh, dude, you can't go wrong with that. We know which vehicle we're going to be taking on adventures, right? Because if I do buy this, it's not going in the bush.
No, it's not going in the bush. This is the Toronto cruising truck.
Yeah. All right, there it is, guys.
Absolutely amazing.
Stan approved.
For the money, I don't know.
I feel the same way. For the money, but all new vehicles they're all expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to buy a 2008 Jeep.
You need to buy a beater so we can play fucking demo derby
I've
in the
got the
bush.
Mitsubishi if we could just get it running.
Yeah. Under the hood?
Oh, we can look under the hood, Stan, yeah. Here, let me pop that for you. What do you think of that engine?
Wow.
It's got a frunk.
So where do you get to look at electric motors?
You don't.
You don't?
You don't.
Okay.
That's it. That's all there is. See, it's as simple as it gets, Stan.
What hides behind all these panels?
I don't know.
They look like...
The only thing you need to take care of in this truck is windshield washer fluid. Okay, so I've only put 20 kilometers on the truck here, test drive, but I will say there's one thing I don't like, and that's the feel of the turn signal. It's like plasticky, and this gear shifter as well is also plasticky feeling. They just have a weird, there isn't like a solid click into place when you lift them up or down. It just feels spongy is my best descriptor, but just a small nit. I love the way the truck feels and handles. It does not feel like a 10,000 pound vehicle. It has a lot of giddy up. Of course, it will do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds, something like that. I got to get the okay from Gerald if I buy the truck. So what do you think? We just went around the block for a rip.
No, I want to get rid of my my little Colorado. I thought the ZR2 was nice. This is beautiful. Look at the room in this thing.
Yeah, but your ZR2 is paid for, right?
That is true, though. So, but this is a beautiful.
Yeah,
This
like
is
I was saying to
beautiful.
Gerald, you don't notice any difference between this and a normal conventional truck. It feels the same.
Yeah, and it's got pickup on the highway.
Lots of power.
A lot of room. I still can't believe that back seat.
Okay, I'll make the same offer to you that I made to Stan. Timeshare, 1 day a month. You want in?
One day a month. Sure. Yeah. I don't know why Gary needs a big back seat like that, but I don't want to know.
I was just going to say, you're not allowed to bring the wife. So I got home and I plugged the Silverado in to charge it, and it wasn't charging. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I actually walked away without checking it, thinking it would just start. Well, they must have had it set on a schedule. So I've gone in and I've destroyed all their schedules. I've deleted everything. I set this as the home point. I guess I have to buy it now. But what I wanted to say is this is really cool. I've set it to charge to 80%, and it even shows me how long it's going to take to reach that amount of charge with the amperage that's coming out of my charger. I'll show you on the dash. So we're at 61%, and it's saying that by tonight at 9:15, it will be fully charged to 80%. 6 hours to go up 20% on my wife's level 32 amp charger. I should have known, because this wasn't flashing green to show me it was charging. It was blue the last time I plugged it in. And I don't know what any of these mean. Oh, time flashing blue right there, time charger. Okay. So I figured it out without looking at the sticker, but that's what it was. And we are getting the full 31.9 amps, so that's awesome. So Kaylee is sitting in the back here, and she brought up some concerns that I would not have thought of because I wasn't sitting in the back seats. They're very straight up and down, and there is no adjustment. Like, you can't slide them forward, you can't tilt anything back, you're just sitting where you're sitting. And they have a weird bump. So right here, there's a bump on each seat, and that actually is uncomfortable to me. Like, I can feel that digging into my butt. Is it too straight? Like, could this be a deal breaker? Rear seats that are uncomfortable?
I don't sit in the back.
So. Yeah, I don't sit in the back either, so maybe not. Sorry, kid.
I'm not paying for it, so it's your decision.
This is what everybody keeps saying. Stan said if I had a wife like yours with that much money, I'd let her buy it.
Oh.
You're saying you're not paying for it. So I want to do some testing here as it's beginning to get dark with the truck, because I never did try Carrie's car when we first got it at night, and I don't like how the auto high beams work on that. There's some things that are, yeah, you know, I wish I had tried it. It didn't matter. It was her car, she was picking it. But this one, because it's mine, I want to play with all of these things. I want to see how bright are the lights? How does the automatic high beam work? Is it super sensitive? Like hers is always off on, off on, off on all the time. I hate it. And I don't think you can really turn it off. You can, but you can't. Anyway, I want to do some testing, and I also want to try the auto park feature, which for me, I've been used to driving the truck and parking the truck. It's not an issue. I wanted Carrie to come with me, but she's on call, and she doesn't really give a shit, is what I got out of that conversation. Was she's not going to drive the truck anyway. So I'm torn. I love the truck. I miss my old truck. I want a new truck. I love the range. The range is the number one thing with this. There are a few little nitpicky things like the rear seats. The kids said they're not comfortable. I feel there's some plasticky things in there that just don't feel great. The moonroof doesn't open. I kind of wish it did. So there's little things like that. I think the idea of the rear drop-down pass-through gate, I forget what they call it, is an awesome idea, but how much will I actually practically use that? I don't know. And the number one killer is the freaking price. Okay, these are $100,000 trucks plus tax. So I'm having a hard time justifying that. Let's go try the auto park feature and just see how it does. I will also note that this truck, it is very strange that there is no like dedicated radio button. It shows a music button, but then it just shows my phone and Bluetooth, and then you have to click on that, and then it brings up your radio options. However, today, while driving around, numerous times I had the radio turn itself off, 20 seconds after it started, and then it would go for 5 minutes, it turned itself off again, and I had to go through that process multiple times. And that's not using my Bluetooth, that's just a straight radio station. It also did it when I was using the Sirius XM radio, and it also did it when I was connected to my phone using my Amazon Music. So I don't know what's going on there. It keeps shutting off the audio. All right, gonna try the park assist. There's two cars here in front of me. We're gonna pull in front of that front car and see if it'll back in. Picking the back in option and start by pulling past the parking space. So we'll do that. We'll just go past it here. Oh, that guy's over the line. What's gonna happen? We'll let you know when we're in position to back in. Well, we're gonna be leaving the parking lot here in a second. Okay, second attempt. It's this guy again, nice and slow. I got nothing. I am well past the space that I wanted to park in, which was beside that guy back there. Okay, let's just find another car and try this somewhere else, because that didn't work twice. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so there's some cars over there with some pull-through spots. Let's test it over there. Okay, so I'm gonna try to park beside that car right there. Let's try this again. So I don't know, what am I doing wrong? We want to back into the spot. It's over there on that side. We're on park. Perpendicular, left. Okay, so that's the spot I want right there. We're gonna slowly drive by. I'm watching this. Okay, let's back up and try that again. All right, I'm backing up. Okay, we want the spot beside that car, on the far side of that car. I don't know, maybe it's gonna pick a different... Oh, park in vehicle. Take your hands off the wheel, release the brake pedal. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. Damn, I don't like this. I don't trust this. Look at, we're right on the middle line here. Oh, that's right, you better spin. Oh my God. Not my truck as of right now, so you do what you gotta do. Look at this. This guy is like super close to the line right here beside me. Look at that, it did a pretty good job. Even though that guy's right on the line there. Okay, I don't know, it doesn't seem to want to park where I wanted it to, which was the spot over there beside that guy's car. Doesn't trust that guy. For some reason, it knows something I don't. Don't park beside that guy. How much is gas? Oh wait, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make it park itself again and pick a different orientation just because it took 4 times for it to work the first time. So it's almost dark here, guys, and I'm playing around in the casino parking lot. I thought I would try it a couple more times and I could not get it to work. So maybe that's something we need to do during the daylight when the cameras can see better. I don't know. I successfully got it to park once out of 5 attempts. I'm on a secondary highway here and I can feel every crack in the pavement. Maybe it's these big 22-inch tires here and the weight of the vehicle. I don't know. This has a heavy, like, sport suspension, but I can feel a lot of stuff coming through the tires and up into the body here. So my little night test here has actually kind of got me back to the leaning towards the, yeah, buy the truck. The switching of the automatic lights, not an issue in this truck. They are not blaringly different between your low beam and your high beam. It's not switching as much as Carrie's car, which I find really annoying. It's like a gentle transfer. When the high beams come on, things just get a little wider, a little bit brighter. The lights are really good in this truck. The other thing I noted coming here is the pavement. There's some bad pavement on this highway here, and you really feel every little crack and bump, which I haven't noticed driving around all day because we're not on bad pavement. So when the pavement is good, the ride is good. The 22-inch great big tires on this and the 9,000-pound vehicle weight, you're going to feel when you're on bad pavement. It vibrates right through the whole vehicle. So, I mean, my experience in this truck is kind of, it feels premium. It's good. There's a lot of high-tech, price tech new stuff in here. But then there's things that don't feel premium, like the cluster control here for your blinker and your gear shifter. Feels like there's play. It's wonky. It doesn't feel solid. The back seats don't feel, there's no adjustability there. Some of the materials in here are hard plastic. That doesn't bother me so much, guys, because I know what you're paying for, and it's all the innovative tech, the regen system, the parking itself, the driving itself, all the cameras, all that other stuff. It's just, it is what it is in 2025. All vehicles are freaking grossly overpriced, in my opinion. So I like it. I think I'm leaning toward, yeah, I don't know. I am having issues with both the Google Assistant trying to make a phone call for me, or also just by pushing the phone button on the steering wheel. Neither one of them seems to want to work. I've slept on it. I'm not sure what I need to do with this truck, but I do have a job for it before I bring it back this morning. I put the tailgate halfway down. That means I can reach up into the bed quite a bit more easily. It's just little simple things, but today is recycling day. Oh my god. That one's full. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Look at having that. Wait. Look at having that tailgate halfway down allows me to put that blue box in there quite a bit easier. Now I just have to get Gage to pick up all the stuff I spilt while putting it in there. So the truck is doing its first trucky thing. So I did have a rough night here going back and forth in my head. I love the truck, I love the concept, and this is the first EV that checks off the big important box for me, which is range. So close to 700 kilometers on a charge. I can go to Toronto and back without charging if I have to. And I can tow things, go to see Jen in Ottawa with my little pop-up trailer and probably make it there without charging. So that's super important. Do I trust the battery tech? You guys know the problem I'm having with my Mitsubishi. But this vehicle also has cells that are stacked in there. There's like 4 or 8 packs. I don't know how many packs are in this. But if one pack goes bad, they don't have to replace the whole battery. They can just replace that one cell. You can also get refurbished cells put in further down the road, you know. There could be better third-party options by the time these batteries go bad in 8 or 9 years. So the option to keep this even longer is there. Will Gary do it? Probably not. And that's a hell of a lot of money to spend on a vehicle. But we have to go over what everybody's telling us. Gerald was a definite, hey, this truck is awesome. Get it, Gary. So that's one to the good. Stan was like, hey, if I had a wife who made the money she makes, I would let her buy it for me. And so I guess that's a yes. He didn't like the price. He doesn't like the tech. But he said it's a damn nice truck. So I think it was a yes. My mom was a definite yes. She did not like the look of the Ioniq. She said that if I'm going to drive her around town, she wants it to be in that. She's not getting any younger, so I'm probably going to be driving her to her old age doctor meetings and all of that crap. Pretty soon she'll be in my truck a lot. Let me rethink this. Maybe I should just move. Okay, so that's 4 yeses. My wife said, you know, this is a beautiful truck. You're excited. You like it. I think you should get it. My daughter was a no. So that's 5 yeses, 1 no. The daughter disliked the back of that truck. The seats were so uncomfortable, she said, she's out. And then my financial guy says, Gary, you can't take it with you. Buy the truck. So, I got to think about it some more. The sun is just starting to come up. You can see the condensation on the roof. It's kind of chilly this morning. I'm actually turning on the heated seat and the heated steering wheel to see how it feels. As you guys know, I did not like the heated steering wheel in the new Mazda CX-90. It's very weak. And the seats actually are kind of weak in that too. They get warm, but I wish they got warmer. So I just plugged the truck in again this morning, and there's no schedule in the truck, but it would not charge. I had to go into the settings, create a schedule, and then delete the schedule, and then immediately it started charging. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But we're at full speed, 32 amps on my charger, and it's showing 24 kilometers an hour being gained, and that the car is going to be ready by 1:15 this afternoon, up to 80%. So we can gain some information here because we know that using that charger, I gain 65 kilometers in 2 hours of charging while running Carrie's car. We've done the testing. That's what I get. So this thing here is guessing 24 kilometers an hour. If we double that and say we're going to charge, and in 2 hours we would get 48, that's what Carrie's car shows me I'm going to get, 45 kilometers, and I get 20 more because I drive that efficiently. I don't push it hard. I try to coast as much as I can using the one pedal driving. I try to keep it centered whenever I can. This truck actually seems to coast decently. I cannot hit the one pedal. There is no center. There's a little gap there, and above you're using energy, below you are regenning. The needle never stops in that in-between space. It either jumps above or below. One green bar above or one orange bar below. And it goes back and forth between green, orange, green, orange. There is no happy medium bar. I wish there was a medium, neutral, white, hey, you're coasting. I know we are kind of coasting, but it should show. It should be a nice spot where your foot just rests and the pedal stops. And you go, ah, yeah, that's the spot. Yeah, that's the spot, all right. Oh, this truck's gonna kill me. It does weird things with the lights. It also honks at me sometimes when I close the door. I don't know why. I think if I get out and the keys are sitting in it, like when I just took the trash out of the back of the truck and I shut the door, it honked at me. Is that to tell me that the keys are in the truck? I'm not sure. The lights come on also, I believe, when you get close to the truck, if you have the keys in your pocket. It's like it wakes up, it says, hey, here comes somebody, we're going for a drive. It's like Gage, it gets all excited. I don't know for sure, but I think that's what's happening. The truck is getting excited. Speaking of getting excited, look at that tail wag. Oh, I know, buddy. You want to go for a ride in the new truck? Look at him go. So I will confirm it does take 6 hours to put a 20% charge in that truck using the 32 amp charger. So I definitely will be adding a 50 amp charger to the new build outside. I mean, I don't think 32 amps is a real problem. You plug this thing in overnight, you're going to get, 40% charge. You're going to have 300 kilometers in this truck overnight. So that's not normally going to be a problem. But if there was a time when we're going away today and I forgot to charge it or something, well, I guess you just pull up to the chargers and pay and get it done that way. Like, I don't know. Does it make any sense to put in a 50? Yeah, I guess it does. I'm going to put in another charger anyway. I might as well put in a 50 amp.